27 years ago, and Michael Albert's family is still leading the mission in the crusade against drunk driving. We're here today to honor Michael and the family. At this time, I would like to ask Pam Bingham, Michael's sister, to come up and to speak to all of us today on how this crash has affected their family, and to share some of her thoughts. And we're here to honor Michael, and we're here to honor his life, and we're here to make this a very positive day. So at this time, I'd like to ask Pam to come up.
Thanks to everyone for coming today. Okay. Not used to it. Of course, I'm going to be reading something that I wrote at midnight last night. So, I think it was very hard to decide what exactly to say today, but for some reason at midnight was when it all came to me. But our team is called Missing Mike, and I just want to give you a snapshot of what I miss most about my brother Mike. He was truly loved by so many, so full of kindness, clever, creative, sensitive, curious, passionate about politics and so many important causes, from the environment to animal rights to world peace. He was never afraid to ask why. He stopped to appreciate the smallest of things and noticed little details. He collected all kinds of memorabilia and newspaper articles that most people wouldn't think twice about, as he was sure someday they'd be worth something. He kept the most entertaining and detailed journal and scrapbook documenting his daily thoughts, observations, and unique ideas. There were endless pages with pictures of some of his heroes after they died, like John Lennon and Thurman Munson and John Belushi, to name a few. He loved music, nature, children, traveling to Europe, meeting people, classic movies, and most importantly, his beloved Yankees. He certainly made his parents proud, even after convincing the teachers he was the innocent one and being known as the class clown in school. But as his younger sister, what I miss most about Mike was his incredible sense of humor. No one could make me laugh as hard as he did. He was so sharp and quick-witted, with a gift for finding the humor in almost everything. To put it bluntly, he was my idol, and all my friends in school were forced to listen to me brag about him every day, about what he had done to make me laugh the night before. Well, that all came to a sudden halt 27 years ago, when a young man who was drinking most of the day and night at several different bars, well over the legal limit, instantly killed Mike and his close friend Russ. Not one, but two lives. They were struck head-on when Russ was giving Mike a ride home to Fairfield on the back of his motorcycle, after spending the entire day together before Russ and his wife were supposed to move down south the next day. There was no remorse from him, and only a minimal sentence of less than a year in a halfway house. They were both 26 with so much to offer, so much more living to do, so many might have beens. As hard as this loss was for me and my other brother Steve, I hated the helplessness I felt seeing my parents suffer. Luckily, MADD was a great support for them, and my dad became very involved with the Fairfield chapter, dealing with his grief by telling the story on his of his tragic loss to students and first-time offenders on a regular basis. One of the hardest things for me now is that the closest people in my life, my husband Chris, my 2 daughters Sage and Haley, and all my closest friends never had the opportunity to meet him. They can only know him through stories and pictures, and they will never get to see his mischievous smile. Mike always talked about wanting to leave his mark and make a difference in any small way that he could. Absolutely. No. One of many signs. Well, that's what we're doing here today in his memory. We're asking why. Not only for him, but for so many other victims. Unfortunately, there is no good reason. The only reason is the act of selfishness and not thinking of the possible horrific consequences that can happen after drinking alcohol and getting behind the wheel of a vehicle. I find it ironic that the most caring people's fate can be in the hands of the least caring people. So maybe we should really be asking why not instead? Why not drink and drive? The answer is pretty obvious: to prevent other families from tragically losing their loved ones so they won't have to keep wondering what might have been. Thank you to everyone here today for your support in taking the time to walk and raise awareness for MADD's mission. Thank you to MADD Connecticut, to Janice and Rick and the rest of this amazing committee for your dedication to making these types of events possible, and for honoring Michael's memory for the walk this year. We are all so touched. I know he is with us today and is loving being in the spotlight for such an important cause to keep our roads safe and help prevent these types of tragedies from happening to other innocent people. Our family's motto has always been, if we can save just one life, then we have made a difference. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Pam. It's with great honor, Pam, that you and your family are here today. And on behalf of our committee and Mothers Against Drunk Driving, actually we have something. There was an article that was written in the Record Journal prior to our event. And I'd like to give this to you, Pam. This is an article with Michael's picture that was in the Record Journal on a Wednesday. You're welcome. You're most welcome. You know, Sage over here, she's actually the first employee, sorry. You're like Avis, you have to try a little bit harder. But Sage actually was in Cheshire a couple of weeks ago and did a fundraiser and awareness at the Cheshire fields with soccer. And there were probably close to, I want to say 600 or 700 people that participate in the Cheshire Soccer Association. And Sage actually raised $700 selling bagels. That's awesome. Give her a big hand. That's really great. Sage is a leader because she is talking to her friends and to people that she doesn't even know, getting awareness out about drinking alcohol at an underage, with underage drinking. She's sending that message already, and we thank you for that, Sage. Thank you so much. Actually, you tell her.
Well, I'm so proud of Sage. She did decide to do this on her own this year because she had her bat mitzvah, and that was sort of part of the reason she wanted to do something special, and she chose this knowing how important it was to our family, and she did a great job, and I hope that she'll continue, hopefully in high school, to keep being active with this cause. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. You know, I think Officer Miller and GM Petro, I think they stopped. I think they're eating our food because